Okay, this will be a really small video about if conditions, so you probably know a little about the if conditions. So if something, then and. So this is a really small if condition, and show console message, console message, and we say pass it. So if something, for example, is true, this will print pass it here. And let me put a new line. So this is printing pass it. But what things don't pass this? If I put the number 10, will this pass? It will pass. If I put the number 0, it will pass? It will pass. The only things that won't pass are false, so false won't pass, or new. And new is also like this. Okay, so it's really common. You see things like if item, and so for example get media item, get media item, and project 0, index 0, sorry, not get media item, get selected media item here, project 0, and I want the item 0. Local item equals to this here. So if I save this, it won't pass because I don't have any item selected, but if I select some, it will pass. And you can make a else statement, like else. So if this don't pass, you can say select some item. Okay, so now you have this condition with two things. And you can also have else if statements, so else if then some condition, for example else if track, and track is equal to get selected media track, get select track, so project 0, on which tracks, this track 0, want master false, so this would be pass with item, pass with track, item or track. Okay, so if I save this, I don't have any item selected, and pass it with a track. If I have both, it will pass as an item. If I have none, it will say to me to select some of these. Okay, so just new or false would not pass this. And there are two other things that you need to know, which is and or. Okay, so you could also put things, something like if item or track, and erase these. So now if I don't have anything selected, it will go to else. If I have one of those, it will go to the first part. And if so the or statement basically work this way. It will check the first variable. If it is not false or new, it will already go to this part of the code. If it is and, it will check the first one. If it is not, if it is new or false, it will already go to the else. But if the first thing is not new or false, it will go through the second thing, and if this one is not also new or false, it will go inside this. Okay, let's explore more what happens when you use the and the or. Okay, so let's create another variable, call it or value and let's equals to item or track. Okay, so if we try to print it and say or value and to string or value and slash n, so this print will try to get the item, and if this is false or new, it will try to get the track, and if it is something that is not false or new, it will return the track. If item is not false or new, and by that I mean it is something like a number or a user data, it will already return the item and not even go to the second part here. Okay, so if I run this, it is returning the item as I have one item selected, and if I unselect the item, it is returning a track. As you can see, it's a different thing here. Let's see the end, what it is returning, end value. So end value item or track. Okay, so the end. So the end will try to get the second value. It will try to return the second value if the first one is not false or new. So if this is new, it will return new. If this is false, it will return false. But if this is any other thing, like a number, a table, a user data, any other thing, it will return the second value. Okay, so in this case, if I have one item selected, it will try to return track. Of course, track can also be new or false, but if track is new or false, it will return new or false. Let me select just one item. So I am not printing the end value. And let's clear the console. Oh my end value. So end value is new because there is not a track here. But if I select some track, now end value is returning a track. And you can see it is a track because if I select just the track, you can see this is the value for the track. Selecting both, you can see it's the same value. So that is the or and end. This is used a lot in Lua to make something like if condition, like instead of saying if item then end value equals to track, you just put this in just one line, item and track. So let's put this on a more meaningful context. So let me erase all of this and let's write a function, a silly function. Let's make it local. So let's call it double. So what it will do is double the number that we pass to it. So number, basically multiplying it by 2. So return number times 2. Okay. So what will happen if we try to let me put a show console message and double number. What will happen if we don't pass anything? Well, this will try to multiply 2 by new, which will return on an error. Let's try it. As you can see, trying to do arithmetic on a new value. But we can put standard number to be this argument. So inside this function we say number equals to number and number or 0. Okay, so this is really common in Lua, putting the and the or on the same line. This is basic. You can think of this with some parentheses like this. So let's try to break this up. So number equals, we will be equal to what results from here. Okay, so if number is new, then this and will return new here. So all of these parentheses is new. So new or 0 will return 0. Okay, because 0 is a number, is a thing. But if number is actually a number like 5, it will be 5 and 5, and this will return 5. So 5 or 0, it won't even go after the or, it will just return 5. So this is a good way to put default values for your variables. Sometimes you even put some function here like get number. What is cool is that this function won't even be run if not necessarily, because if it needs to pass this or condition here to get on the get number. Okay, so this is some default things that you can do. This would be the same thing, exact same thing that writing if not number, then and here is another thing that we must talk today, which is not will always return true or false, always. So if number is not new and if number is not false, then the not false or not new will return true. Okay, so not false return true, and not new return true. Okay, and any other thing not on the number, not on a table, not on the item, any other thing will return false. Okay, so this is basically inverting the value that would pass on a if condition. Okay, so you could do the same thing of this line, like if not number, then number equals to 0. Okay, so these two lines will work equally. So let me save it. It will return 0. If I erase this, just let me clear this. It also returns 0. So they are the same thing. You could also use this same structure to cap a number. For example, number equals to number higher than 5. So always these comparisons return true or false. So is number bigger than 5, true or false? Okay. If it is bigger than 5, we return 5 or number. So this basically makes our default number to be 0, and this is capping the number at 5. So if the number is like 7, this will return false. So, this would return true, and true and would return 5. Okay, so true and 5 will return 5, and 5 or number, it will not even go here. It will make number equals to 5. So it will be capping the number at 5. So okay, you can use this to also cap numbers and do many things in Lua. So this is a small video about if, not, and or. Okay, make a good use. This is widespread around the Lua codes. So yeah, that's it of this video.